Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uche. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today I'm discussing domestic violence. So over the years, domestic violence has been a thing. Yes, it has been a thing. But the difference now is that people are beginning to speak up. Okay. Men are, because men are seen as they're physically, stronger than women. We see women as victims, even though we have male that also suffer domestic violence. But in majority, women do suffer domestic violence more than men. So that's why I concentrated on the women. So because I had always wanted to talk about it, but because of the sensitivity, I decided not to. But today I am led by spirit to talk about it. But I hope this reaches somebody and change the perspective or help somebody in one way or the other. Okay, so from the time of Shade, I don't know if you remember her, that the husband killed her. The man killed her, beat her to death, locked her in the house with their children, and the man fled with their phones so that they could not reach anybody. A lot of stories like that till the time of Dr. Ifeinwa. I know a lot of people heard that. By the time some people wanted to come out to speak, she had granted another public appearance to say that she had reconciled with her husband, which is okay because she's the one and she knows perhaps the level of the reconciliation, whether the man could change. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but over the years also that I know that a lot of women that are still there, even though they are passing through a lot of things, that they still insist on staying in that abusive relationship. So I came here today to tell you some of the reasons that women still remain and refuse to leave an abusive relationship, even though their life is at stake. And some of them probably die. Yeah, some of them died because that was not the first time the man, had to lay hands on her, but she still insisted, hoping that he'll get better. So today I want to talk about some of the reasons that make women stay in abusive relationship. Okay, so this is something you will be interested to watch. Please continue. So one of the reasons that women, insist on staying in abusive relationship, and well, I don't seem to understand that. When you tell a woman and try to understand, try to convince her or try to advise her, and she said, I want to stay because of my children. I don't want my children to grow without a father figure. Hello. It is because of the children that you have to leave. Because that abusive relationship, that violent environment would definitely affect your children mentally, in their behavior. Everything about their life, is going to be affected. Don't get me wrong. When somebody like me, says leave an abusive, environment or abusive marriage, I'm not talking about divorcing your husband, because that's the perspective people usually, see when you say leave the house, leave the home, for some time. We are saying leave the home for your life. When the issue is resolved, you can come back. So when you use your children as an excuse, it's because of your children that you have to leave until the environment is conducive for them to still stay. Do you understand? So any woman that you're still in an abusive relationship and saying you don't want to leave because of your children, you are doing those children harm good. You don't want them to grow, without a father figure. Would you prefer that they are leaving their father temporarily until the issue is resolved? Would you prefer that they grow without a father figure temporarily, or would you prefer that they grow without a mother figure permanently? Because if you continue living in an abusive relationship, you don't know the day it will be. Nobody knows where life is situated. Maybe he slapped you today and you survived it. Tomorrow he might slap you and you will not survive. Nobody knows. So I will advise you, if you're still in an abusive relationship and clearly you have seen that your life is at stake, my sister, please just leave for some time. Let the issue be resolved. Then you can come back and stay. Stop using your children as an excuse. If the children has to be a reason, they should be the reason that you left, so that it will not affect their lives. Okay. Another reason that is low self-esteem. A lot of time, and this one is like 80% of women living in abusive relationship. I notice that most men that abuse women physically, they start with emotional abuse. They tell you how you're not good enough, how no man will look at them. And some of them go as far as trying to block the women, their wives, from their family and friends that they think, that their wife will run to. If such things, they will try to manipulate the woman, create enmity between the woman and the family, the woman and the friends that he has seen that, might help the woman. Then they will start manipulating the woman, emotionally, telling her how she's not good enough, how no man is going to look at her, how she's now a second hand. Some of them go as far as stopping the woman from doing anything, so that they will stand and be like a god to the woman, like the woman cannot live without them. My sister, I want to tell you, who is he that has said a thing and it came to pass? He is not your God. He is not your God. If the man marries you and try to drain you psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and also abuse you physically, then there is a problem. You were somebody before he married you, and it's not a crime that he married you. If he's trying to drain you and you have seen clearly that your life is at stake, the worst thing you can do to yourself is to lie to yourself. Reach out to those your family. Blood is thicker than water. Reach out to those your family. You might not be in good terms with them because of the husband, but now your life is at stake. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends that you can trust. Then reach out. Thank God now there are agencies that you can reach out to. Find somebody that can get you number, or look for numbers of agencies that can help you. Especially in Africa, because if it's in Europe, the man is in a big shit. So in Africa, or in any country that you are, that they don't have a good social, look for agencies, private agencies that could help you, save your life. So if you are in an abusive relationship, that the man has started abusing you, left emotionally, psychologically, and now physically abusing you, my sister, please leave the environment for the moment. When the environment is safe for you, when the problem is resolved, you can come back. Please, for your life, for your life, for your health, and for your cycle. Okay. Next one is no family support. This one is very, very bad, and it breaks my heart. When a parent or parents, that the daughter calls you and tells you, my husband slapped me, my husband beat me, he beat me and I fainted. Some parents will go as far as saying, your own is even good. The other day, Iruka's husband beat her, even she was admitted in the hospital, but now they're living. That shouldn't be so. We have to be there for our family. But my sister, if you don't get your family support, go outside your family and seek for help. Do you know why I'm so, why is like this thing, somehow I feel it emotionally, because I hate to see deaths that are avoidable. When a man beats you once, beats you twice, beat you and you fainted, clearly you can see that you're just close to your death. Anything can happen. And you could avoid that by leaving that environment. So my point is, if you seek for your family and they're giving you excuse and they cannot help you, go out of your way. It is your life. It is your life. If you don't get a family support, look for support somewhere else, as long as your life remains. Another reason a lot of women refuse to leave, a physically abusive marriage, because of the society. What will people say if I leave now? Obviously, the society is a men's world. Everybody will blame the woman. Why did you leave? Probably it's because of your bad character. If I leave now, what would people say? You're still thinking about what people will say. Michael Jackson died though, I think Michael Jackson is one of the most popular beings on earth before his death. People talked about it, almost all nations talked about it. My dear, you are not Michael Jackson. So, and nobody is the one wearing the shoes. You are the one wearing the shoe, and you are the one that knows where he's pinching you. Okay, your today's gist, it might be like she left and all that. Tomorrow it will not be your gist. Probably another thing will, crop up. Yesterday it was Chacha Ike. Today is Tonto Dike. Tomorrow it will not be any of these ones, and it will be another gist. It might shake you, but Ndubisi, life is the ultimate thing. What I'm saying is, as soon as you find out that this man beat you and you were unconscious in the hospital for days, and you're still thinking about what people will say. If you die, people will still talk. He's beating you and you think people are not talking. They are talking. They are talking. So it's when you live for your own safety, they will talk. When you resolve the problem, you get back to your house, they will still talk. Gone are the days when they say it is only the dead that people don't talk about. Now people talk about the dead. So you are still alive. Obviously, people will talk about you. So quit thinking about what people will say and resolve. It's you. Resolve the problem. Look for the best way to resolve this problem. Stop thinking about what people will say. Yes, the next one is religious reasons. Of course, I always prefer people being true Christians to being religious. Okay? Most times, people are so engrossed with church doctrine that even die inside of it. They said we shouldn't do this in the church. What did the Bible say? I personally believe if you have problem with your family, with your husband, with your spouse, you pray. It's not everything you fight over. But in cases that sometimes you might not do anything, and it's obvious that the man has a psychological problem, sometimes he will press you on the neck, and the church doctrine says that you shouldn't leave. And what will people say? What will the church think of you when you leave? From church, you're going home, not knowing what you face, not knowing if you're going to be alive if he beats you the next time. Are you getting me? And they are telling you, continue praying for him. It is the living that can pray. Okay, there is no repentance in the grave. So why what I am saying is, my point in this video is, if you see that your life is in danger, seek for help. If it means living there, you can always pray for the man outside your home. Okay, while you're still there, pray for him. I've heard testimonies of a man leaving the house after 1 year or 2 years. Through prayer and supplication, the man came back and took their family. But if you still remain there, and probably physically the man will kill you, what will happen? What will your church members do? Take the problem to the church. Find a way to resolve the problem. That is my point. While you are still alive. Why I'm saying all these things is, recently I've been hearing a lot of things. Women enduring, women dying, women are hospitalized. Life doesn't have a duplicate. So quit using anything as an excuse. The last but not the least, which is the most ridiculous excuse or anything I've heard, in cases of, is he has apologized. He beat you. He beat you the first time. Maybe you people got married. Probably you didn't know him that much, and you people got married, in a course of misunderstanding. He slapped you the first time. So it's a misunderstanding. He can apologize. It's okay. The second time, he slapped you again and gave you a black eye, and he bought you a flower, and he apologized, and you accepted. It's okay. It's okay. The next time, he beats you so much, slams the door at you, and he apologized, and you accepted. Multiple apologies. And the next one, he beats you and you fainted. And you say he apologized because he bought you an iPhone or he bought you a car. Is that not ridiculous? Do you want him to kill you, then hire an ambulance to come and pick you before you seek for help? Don't get me wrong. I keep saying it. There are cases, normal cases, where couple have a misunderstanding, they resolve the misunderstanding, is different. But when a man raises his hand to beat you, not once, not twice, he slams the door at every slightest provocation, he uses knives to threaten you, and all that, clearly your life is at stake. I just want you to seek for help before you get to the level of journey of no return. I feel I'm talking to somebody. So if this video gets to you and you're in that kind of situation, please, my sister, seek for help. It's if there's anything like seeing the living when you're dead and you die and you don't seek for help, if you're over there and looking that you left your children for another woman to train, you left that man to marry another woman to take care of your children and he's alive, and you look at the society that will talk about you, they've forgotten that you're dead. You're looking at your family. They will cry. After some time, life will move on. So this battle of domestic violence, I'm saying, say no to domestic violence and know that it is your life. It is your life, nobody else. You are the one wearing the shoes. You know where it pitches you most. And to every man that is a specialist in beating a woman, any man that beats a woman as any slightest provocation, the man is either immature or the man is probably sick. Or I don't know if whether to call you a man or a certain creature. Continue. One day you meet your match. If you want to flex your muscle, men are outside to flex. And there are so many ways to resolve issues, not to hit a woman. And to any woman that has left her home because of a domestic violence, I know sometimes it's not easy, especially when you're in love with the man. It's not easy. I will not say I know how you feel because I've not been there. But my prayer is that the problem will be resolved. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. But just hope in God, he will definitely send the help. Okay, and anyone that is still in that relationship, and please seek for help so fast before it's too late. So this is what I came to talk to you about. I hope I'm able to reach 1 or 2 people. And if you can, please share this video, and I will see you very, very soon in my next one. Bye.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress.